What's going on, everyone? So I'm back working on the Impala. The goal for this video is to change out that oil pan, because if you saw in the previous video, I ran into an issue where this pan right here was hitting the center link and that right there wasn't going to work. So what I did was I looked up these mounts and I read the instructions, and they recommend using the Holley 302-3. I wish I would have did that the first time, because it would have saved me a bunch of extra work and I wouldn't have to be in the situation I'm in right now. The pan they recommend has the extra clearance in the front, which that's what I need. I'm using the Holley 302-1, and this one right here, it's not gonna work. So I need to change it. It was a viewer, he recommended, why don't I just shim the engine? I mean, that could work. If I needed like a 1/4 inch, that's fine. But in order for this right here to work, I need like 1 inch. And if I put 1 inch on there, I'm gonna have driveline issues, and then that'll be a whole nother set of problems. And I don't want that. So what I'm gonna do is just change out the oil pan and be done with it. I kind of already got a head start. I already took a bunch of stuff off. The headers, exhaust, cross member, drive shaft. Here's the oil pan I'm gonna be using. So what I need to do now is pull the harness from the firewall. That way I can take the engine out and put the oil pan on there. So the engine is back out the car. Here it is. As the oil finished dripping out that pan, I'm gonna show you what I went with. And this is pretty much a replica of Holley's 302-3. The only difference is it doesn't say Holley on it. But other than that, it's the same pan, but $100 cheaper. And the finish on it is pretty clean. It comes with everything you need. All the hardware, gasket, pickup tube. And it even comes with some oil drains if you're talking about doing turbos. But here's the extra clearance I need right here for the front. Hopefully everything fits. So let me get it on the car. That way we can get that engine back in there. So when you install this oil pan, you got to cut part of the front window tray off, because if not, the pan would hit the window tray right here. So if you're going to use this pan, you got to cut the window tray, because your pan will not fit without cutting it. So I got the oil pan on. Everything worked out pretty good. Fits pretty good. So now, let me get it back in the car. That way I can start putting everything back together. So the engine is back in. I went ahead and put everything back on the engine, the headers, exhaust, drive shaft, intake, just to save some time, because you already seen that in the previous videos. I got my custom spark plug wires back on there. I will remake those in the future, so stay tuned for that, and I'll show you how to make some custom wires. I fixed my fuel line. I ran it behind the brake booster while I had the engine out. What else? Everything is pretty much ready to go. Oh, the real reason why we're here is because of the oil pan. This oil pan fits perfect. There's good clearance on the center link. It doesn't hit anywhere. Let me show you from the bottom and see what it looked like. So this is the oil pan from the bottom. It doesn't hit anywhere. There's good clearance everywhere. It actually sits 1/2 inch above the cross member. It doesn't sit below it, so that's good to give you good ground clearance. So if you're planning on LS swapping your Caprice or Impala, this oil pan with those motor mounts is the perfect combo for your LS swap. The transmission mount, it is going to depend on what transmission you use, but there is options out there. So if you need help locating one or finding it, just let me know and I'll help you out with that. So with the oil pan situation done and that's figured out, now I can start finishing off the engine and completing everything else I needed. But to finish off this video, what I do want to do is be able to start the car with the key, and I need to mount the gas pedal. This gas pedal, I believe it came from a newer style Impala, but I'm not too sure. This is the part number I'm using. I've used it before and it works. I just had to repin the wires to make it work. So to be able to mount it to the car, I made this bracket right here. This mounts up on the body and then the gas pedal mounts up to the bracket. So let me get it installed and show you what it looks like. So I got the gas pedal mounted. It went in pretty good. Next thing I'm gonna do is figure out why the car doesn't start with the key, which, I mean, I know what it is. I just need to bypass the anti-theft relay, which sits somewhere in there. I'm gonna show you right now. Somebody suggested that disconnecting this orange wire plug thing would be able to fix it, but I tried that and nothing happened. So what I'm gonna do is bypass the relay, and the relay sits somewhere in that black case right there. So let me take it off and show you what the relay looks like. So this is the relay I was talking about. This in that black cover. And the yellow and black wire you want is the top one. This one has two of them. Like I said, the one you want to bypass is the top yellow one. So let me show you not bypass, and it doesn't do anything. No starting. So bypass, I should be able to start it with the key. And let me do that now. So I just added one of them little jumper connectors to that yellow wire and then ground it to the frame. And we should be able to start it now. Let's see. So I have the oil pan changed out. I got the gas pedal in there, and now I'm able to start the car with the key. So I think I'm gonna stop this video here. So on the next one, I'll start putting some of the front accessories back on the front of the engine, and maybe start putting the fenders and the core support. That way it can start looking like a car. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.